The Cave of Ages. Probable location, road to Amanti. It is the way to the long-awaited Amanti, where Thoth descended and ascended at will to rejuvenate through eternity. It was revealed in our previous video that the acclaimed Cave of Daniel was none else than the Cave of Ages, and that the dweller of that cave, Melchizedek, was none else than Thoth the Atlantean, who, as previously mentioned in the True Identity of Thoth is Revealed video, link to the video is available at the description below, happens to be Hermes, Merlin, St. George, priest of God, Enoch the prophet, and Al-Qador, and many more throughout ancient legend and myth. Quote from Genesis: "And Melchizedek king of Salem brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God." This video will reveal the other famous name of the Cave of Ages, the most probable location of that cave, and a further attempt to delve into some assumptions, explaining the possibility of the whereabouts of another sacred artifact, which might have found its way to the Cave of Ages before it vanished without a trace into thin air, with nothing left of its mentioning else than in the myth and legend that surrounded it in yesteryears. The Cave of Ages or Cave of Daniel may contain within it an invisible and undetectable secret portal to the beyond, and the parallel worlds with all of its string theories put together. Maybe that was the reason why only wanted things, like the Dead Sea Scrolls, hidden inside it may be revealed to the naked eye of any explorer. That sacred artifact may be the lost Ark of the Covenant. This portal of space and time holds the secret to the whereabouts of Thoth, where he lies in Amanti waiting to be summoned again by the pure and worthy of the human race. Quote from the Book of Solomon: "The cave may have been located on Mount Tabor." A medieval visitor to the Holy Land, Abbot Daniel, writes, "They show you upon Mount Tabor, at a level place, an extraordinary cave cut in the rock, like a cellar, which is a small window in the roof. At the bottom of the cave towards the east there is an altar. In fact, and as wild as it may sound, I would dare to assume that in the near future, and with more advanced technology, there will be found an underground time tunnel in that specific region, connecting it right through to the Sphinx Pyramid, and probably another tunnel to Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt." According to traditional Christian belief, the Cave of Ages lies in one of two locations, which is in Mount Tabor, in the Lower Galilee at the eastern end of Jezreel Valley, about 18 kilometers west of the Sea of Galilee in Israel. To many Christians it is believed to be the site of transfiguration of Jesus. To Arabs it is known as the Jabal el-Tur. Jabal means mount in Arabic. In fact, and to many Christians it is a pilgrimage site visited frequently by devotees and worshippers for its symbolic and sentimental values. Later in the 5th century, Mount Hermon was nominated as an alternative location for the transfiguration of Jesus. Mount Tabor, Mount Hermon, Jabal el-Sheikh in Arabic, situated in the anti-Lebanon mountain ranges bordering Syrian slopes of the Golden Heights, and last, the Qumran region, sharing quite a lot in common in history and geography, though the surrounding area of Qumran is rugged and desert-like. However, this may not have been the case several thousand years ago, and it is surrounded by water streams and close to the Dead Sea. In addition to the above, Qumran and Tabor were both regarded as important trade routes to early merchandising and trade, and were both battlefields for the same local and foreign occupation forces through history. In the Book of King Solomon, it was described how Melchizedek entered into tunnels of time till he reached to Adam's space-time, and where they met and negotiated years for the benefit of Solomon at birth. I believe the Cave of Ages is situated amidst a series of caves located near the Dead Sea and not far from Jericho, the oldest city in history. 11 of these caves are already excavated, and some archaeologists believe some early Jewish ritualistic sect called the Essenes inhabited it for years. They also found many inkwells indicating that it was a center of knowledge and learning. It is in the Qumran region where the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered, ironically, by a Palestinian shepherd. The city of Qumran was an ancient village on the northwest shore of the Dead Sea, in West Bank, Palestine, famous for its caves, in some of which the Dead Sea Scrolls were found in 1947. The Qumran Caves are a series of caves, some natural, some artificial, scattered around the archaeological site of Qumran. There are several other caves on cliffs above Qumran, and the first traces of its occupation goes back to the Chalcolithic period. Though it is pronounced as Qumran by Jews, Arabs call it Qerbet Qumran. The name is very interesting since the word Qumran could also mean in Arabic several chambers. Qumra is a chamber in Arabic language, and Qerbet means ruins. Rooms on the western side of the main building at Qumran. Historically and in biblical times, Qumran was established during the Iron Age, 7th or 8th CBC, at the times of the Judean kingdom. This fortress may have been one of King Uzziah's construction projects, which the Bible reports. Qumran may have been one of the desert cities listed in the Bible as part of the Judah tribe villages. Its name was either Sakaka or City of Salt. Quoted from Joshua, in the wilderness, Bit-Araba, Midian, and Sakaka, and Nibshan, and the City of Salt, and Enjdi. 6 cities with their villages. So where could be the Cave of Ages? Is it in Mount Tabor, or Mount Teman, or is it in Qumran region? If we are to consider the geo-historical facts at hand, we would be stimulated to disregard the Mount Teman probability as an alternative location due to the distance separating it from Judah, Jerusalem, and the center of events. And if we are to follow the same token of logic, the Qumran region is not less in importance than Mount Tabor. Since Mount Tabor is more obvious and Qumran region is actually much closer in distance, this would make the Qumran region more credible location for such cave. Whether the cave is in Tabor, Haman, or Qumran, it will remain a fascinating intrigue that deserves a much more serious attention from theologians, historians, and modern archaeologists alike. As for me, I will retain my utmost interest in the truth of the Cave of Ages and of anything related to the enigma of Melchizedek. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay tuned to our next video. Feel free to share, like, or leave a comment, as we'd love to know your thoughts.